This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
Well, the first show of the new year on KYNT. My name is Tehl Tanner. It is great to be back in the booth. It's been a couple weeks since I've been here. We've had a couple of things going on, a couple of Monday night games for the Lancers, so we didn't get to do the Lancer Locker. I was in Texas last week on the 26th, so we didn't get to do nothing. I got to go take a vacation with my family. It was beautiful. Got to take my grandparents out to a really nice seafood dinner down on the coast down there. It was Grandma's birthday, which was just awesome to be able to take her out to dinner. And we had a great time on the beach. No, it was nice. It was really, really nice. But we're back. It's 2023, and we are back for another edition of the Lancer Locker on KYNT. This week, we're talking a kind of weekend wrap-up of everything that just happened with the Lancers, because it's been a couple weeks since we've been here, and we're just going to talk about this last week and everything that kind of happened. We're speaking with both Colin Authier and Alan Bertram of the two Mount Marty basketball programs, both men and women, the head coaches of each, a little later in the show. We spoke with them Saturday afternoon after their matchups. We'll play those post-game interviews and some of the comments that they had. I liked some of those comments. They were pretty interesting of things moving forward and where they are now, year in review type of things of where they are on January 2nd now today. It is when they last played on December 31st. It was a New Year's Eve doubleheader there where the men played before the women, which was interesting. Not something that I'd ever seen before. It was all due to a scheduling thing where Dort had to reschedule from earlier in the season. Dort, this New Year's Eve doubleheader, was supposed to be played earlier in December, ended up getting postponed due to the weather. Speaking of weather, it's not going to be fun tonight. I don't know if y'all are out and about or if you're hunkered down at home, but in the area right now where we're at in Yankton, South Dakota, we're about to get this big blizzard, so be ready for that. Make sure you got a bunch of blankets and stuff in your car. Make sure you're safe out in this weather because it's not going to be fun. But let's talk Lancer athletics once again. 3 games over the weekend, 3 basketball games, 2 women's, 1 men's. Let's start on the women's side of things. First off, the first game of the weekend was against Presentation College, Friday afternoon, December 30th, 3 p.m. matchup. Mount Marty women's basketball hosted Presentation in the Simple Arena. Second time those two teams have played this season, and it was the second win for the Mount Marty Lancers. 4th win on the season was a 64-49 final. In that ball game, it was Kayla Martinez and Sydney Thuy who led the Lancers in scoring, both with 14 points apiece. The bench was huge for Mount Marty in this particular ball game, and they had to be, simply because the Lancers women's program had to play 2 games in 2 days. They hosted number 5 Dort Saturday, so the bench had to be huge, and it was. Sydney Thuy kind of had that breakout game. We've been waiting for her. She's dealt with so much adversity over the last couple of months. She was injured coming off her senior year of high school, just returned back in August, and has kind of been waiting for that moment to really be able to get on the field or get on the court and really show what she can do. And this was the game where she really was able to do that. 21 minutes she was on the floor for, 14 points, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 4 rebounds, throw an assist in there for good measure. Kayla Martinez off the bench, another 14 points, another stellar performance from the freshman there. Eve Miller ended up with 10 in the win over Presentation. The Lancers moved on to 4 wins on the season, a 4-10 overall record, 1-7 in GPAC. The very next day, the Mount Marty Lancers played Dort University in that one. It was an 85-53 final in that one. Dort over Mount Marty. The men's basketball team also played Dort on Saturday. That one was an interesting matchup. It was the Lancers' first game back out of the holiday break, and it showed. It showed like it was the first game back off the holiday break. The Mount Marty Lancers started off a little bit slow, 19 points in the first half, and that's all it was. Dort, receiving votes, by the way, Dort had 43 in the first half, so it was a bit of a spread at halftime, a 24-point deficit. The lead actually got up to 29 right away in the second half, but then The Mount Marty Lancers offense exploded. There's no other word to describe it. 54-39 second half. The Lancers over Dort in the second half, 54-39. Ended up being an 82-73 final. Dort did survive Mount Marty, but only just. The Lancers nearly completed that insane comeback. Would have been a 29-point comeback. We're very close, just couldn't quite pull it out in the end. The comeback needed to start a few minutes sooner than it did for them to pull that off. Just a few minutes behind. But it's a pretty good sign moving forward. These Lancer teams are really figuring out their identities. They're figuring out what they can do and really who they are, which is always a nice thing to see. Once again, we're speaking with both the head coaches in their post-game interviews a little later in this show. For the moment, let's go ahead and take a break on the Lancer Locker. When we return, we'll get some post-game comments from these two coaches after the games against Dort University. This is the Lancer Locker. It's KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. I'm Tehl Tanner, back in the booth for another Monday. It's good to be back. It is good to be back, man. Let's take a break. We'll be back with some comments from the coaches from post-game on Saturday in a couple minutes. KYNT.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
Bring the crew to Pizza Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Quit smoking, and in just 20 minutes, your blood pressure returns to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop. In 48 hours, your sense of smell and taste improve. Within 2 weeks, your lungs work better, you heal faster. 9 months means more energy, fewer illnesses. And in 5 years, your risk of heart attack is half of what it is now. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Call the Quit line at 866-STQUITS.
Well, back on the Lancer locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. Let's go ahead and go to some post-game comments from these two coaches after these two losses to Dordt. First off, 85-53 loss for the Mount Marty women's program. Dordt ranked at number 5. They competed for a national championship last year. I think they're one of the favorites to go back and compete again for a national championship this season. Dordt is just insanely good. The Mount Marty Lancers really making strides. They have looked better and better and better, outscoring Dordt in the fourth quarter of this ball game, 21-20, ended up with an 85-53 final in that ball game. As we take a look at some of the Lancers who really showed out, Eve Miller ended up with 13 points, leading the Lancers as usual, 2 rebounds plus a steal in there, 5 rebounds for Emma Jaromski, 1 block, 4 points in the start for the sophomore. Ended up 6 points for Katie Hove as well. No Macy Kempf in this ball game. No Macy Kempf against the win, or in the win over Presentation either. Kempf dealing with a injury. Hopefully she's going to be back here within the next couple games. Coach Bertram told me likely not against Concordia this Wednesday, but possibly against the College of St. Mary this upcoming Saturday. So hopefully she'll get back on the court. Some of the other players that had a big impact in this game against Dordt, Sydney Thuy ended up with quite a few minutes, 16 minutes off the bench. She ended up with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist in there. Sydney Thuy really starting to come into her own, along with Maria Parsley. 18 minutes off the bench for Parsley, ended up with a team-leading 6 rebounds, ended up with a team-leading 4 assists, ended up with 6 points and a steal in there as well. Parsley had a very good game off the bench for the Mount Marty Lancers. A couple of freshmen that really have been putting in the minutes, putting in the time, and putting in some good work for this program that really seems to have a very bright future, a very young program, a lot of good young players. But once again, that was an 85-53 final. Let's go ahead and hear some post-game comments from Coach Bertram. This is from my talk with him directly after the game ended on Saturday afternoon.
Coach Alan Bertram playing the number 5 team in the nation, a team that competed for the title last year. I think they're going to do that again this year. They look very good out there. What are some things you learned from your team on New Year's Eve, and what are some things you want to take into the new year?
Well, we were actually, if you look at just take the point total off the board, and you look at just statistics, we played really well. We actually had 2 more shot attempts than they did for the course of the game. There was only a 2 rebound differential, and we only turned the ball over 15 times tonight. And so when you look at those things on paper, we did a lot of good things. I thought 2 of the things that hurt us the most probably, Tehl, was that, believe it or not, the first 4 minutes of the basketball game, we hold them scoreless, but we don't score ourselves. And we had some really nice looks to start the game. And so when you're playing somebody like this and they're that good, and you're doing what you need to do defensively, you have to take advantage of those opportunities because they're going to score because they've got great players. So I thought we started off really well defensively. We got to hit some shots, and that's one thing we've talked a lot about this year is we just got to be better at hitting our open shots.
You had a lot of bench minutes tonight. A lot of players got some good time. You had 30 points off the bench tonight. That's got to be nice for your future players. A lot of young players got in today.
Well, it's 2 games in a row for us where the bench has really stepped up big time and did some really nice things for us. Sydney again coming off the bench and scoring. I think she had 8 points, I think, tonight, and doing some good things. Of course, Kayla, always we count on her for scoring. But it's nice because they're young kids, they're freshmen, and they're getting acclimated against really good players, and they're coming in and they're actually performing really, really well. And so it makes us excited about not just the future, but even the growth this year with those kids.
One of the players that was a very young player that I thought had a really good game today was Maria Parsley.
Yeah.
Ended up with 6 points today, led the team in rebounds with 6, led the team in assists with 4 off the bench. That's in only 18 minutes played. I thought she played well.
And she just been steady. She had a great game against Augie. I thought she played really hard yesterday, gave us some nice, just some nice, well-rounded play. And I think she's got a chance to be a special player. She's so aggressive. She's 5'10" and strong, and she can shoot the basketball. So I'm excited about our freshmen. I really am. I think we got some great things happening with them.
As we turn our attention to the future for this program, you have Concordia come into town to a game that on the road the last couple of years Lancers have struggled against that team. Are you looking to get them back on this next game?
Yeah, and that was a game they hit 21 threes on us in one basketball game. And so, I think that we're going to be, obviously we're better. We're better than what we were when we first played the first time. And I think 21 threes in a night. I'm not saying it can't happen again, but that's usually a once-a-season opportunity. So, and that's just us. We got some opportunities against them in regards to just our size advantage. I think we can do some things in the post if we can get the ball there. But with Concordia, it's about taking care of the ball against their pressure. And so that's going to be the biggest thing. And then we go to the College of St. Mary on Saturday.
Well, Coach Bertram, thank you very much for your time. Good luck against Concordia in the upcoming schedule.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Happy New Year indeed. I always enjoy my talks with Coach Bertram. He had a smile on his face, after a game like that. It's tough when you look at the scoreboard, but I think you can tell, and I think the crowd can tell. Everybody who really pays attention to this program can tell they're on the rise. They are really moving in the right direction. You got to have faith in Coach Bertram. I think he's doing an amazing job at Mount Marty. As we talk about it, this loss, once again, 85-53. The Mount Marty Lancers basketball program has a 4-11 record at this point, 1-8 in GPAC. As we take a look at that upcoming schedule, once again, Concordia, 6 p.m. this Wednesday. Go to the College of St. Mary for a 2 p.m. matchup on Saturday. Single game there, no men's game this weekend. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to Mount Marty men's basketball on the season now. Lancers are 6-11 overall, 2-7 in conference. Hosted Receiving Votes Dort on Saturday, the 1 p.m. matchup. Lancers actually played first of the two matchups. It's the first time I've seen that in a conference doubleheader in a long time. I don't even remember last time I've seen that, or if I ever have, to be honest. And that's once again because of the schedule change and because the Mount Marty women played Friday and Saturday. Wanted to give them a few extra hours of rest. I spoke with Jarius Halligan, one of the assistant coaches, and he said, yeah, I'm not even sure what to do post game. Normally we've got our different routine. The routine was completely different, and it kind of showed. It was the first game back for the Mount Marty Lancers after the holiday break, and they certainly started slow. Once again, 43-19 halftime. Dort led over Mount Marty 43-19, a 24-point difference. But in the second half, Lancers came out and absolutely showed out. 54-39 in the second half over a team receiving votes in the top 25. Ended up with a 9-point loss, 82-73. Very close at the end. Had a chance to get back in it right at the end there. Just ran out of time. An old coach that I used to know used to say, we didn't lose the game. We ran out of time. Lancers might have had a real chance at that if the comeback started a few minutes earlier. But let's go ahead and have that post-game talk with Coach Authier now. I spoke with him post-game about this matchup and everything ahead for the Lancers. That interview post-game Saturday now.
Coach Authier very nearly made that comeback. I want to talk about that halftime switch. It really seemed like a 180. It was the first game back after the holiday break. It showed a little bit of rust in that first half. You came out in the locker room in the second half, outscored them 54-39. You put up 54 points in a half. Your guys were fired up coming out of the locker room. What did you tell them at halftime?
Nothing. I'll be honest with you, nothing. I wish I had some little Newt Rockney or whatever these famous coaches that go out as halftime speeches that are nothing. What we did at halftime is what we were supposed to do. Unfortunately, the first half we were still on vacation, still on break, and it looked like it. And I've said that I believe our team can beat anybody in the country. I firmly do. Unfortunately, we can lose to anybody in the country. That was the most embarrassing half of basketball that I've coached in a long time. I did a poor job of having our guys ready, and unfortunately, we played that way. We weren't active defensively. We didn't guard well enough offensively. We didn't have good pace. We didn't play well enough together on offense. We settled a lot. We played soft. We played timid. We played scared. Second half, the group did a good job of playing aggressive, getting that ball inside the paint. A lot more active defensively in terms of speeding up and rushing some shots and making sure guys weren't comfortable. I made no changes. It's everybody in that locker room that made those changes, and I'm proud of them for being able to make the changes.
Well, Coach, as we talk about some of the guys that helped make those changes, two guys that I really noticed just really going hard to spike that comeback, Kate Stearns and Matthew Becker both really seem to be putting in the effort tonight.
Yeah, and they were communicating, and that's a big thing. You can't play college basketball and not talk. It's not possible. And Cade's always, he's noticeable when he's off the floor. It gets quiet. And he's always talking, trying to get guys. And Tash has learned that. He's starting to do a better job of communicating on defensive possessions. That helps a ton. Becker did a great job on the old boards. It kind of saw him see that ball go through the hoop a little bit, and it got him more comfortable with everything else. Sometimes you just need to see that ball go in. It gives you a little bit more confidence. And he found a couple of easy ones on some hustle plays, which, we had a lot of weird things, 50-50 balls that just popped up in their hands, and a guy just picked it up and shot it. And it happened like 7 or 8 different times. But you know what? You make your own luck. And we got to do better. But yeah, both those guys are pretty played hard and played better in the second half today.
You mentioned Tash. Dude was flirting with a triple-double tonight. Ended up with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, plus 2 steals in there to boot. That was a nice game for him in that second half, especially nearly a triple-double.
I didn't even realize that, to be honest with you. I don't even look at any of those. Well, we don't even get stats here in the game, but I didn't even know it. I do know they did a good job of guarding them. They were physical with them. They weren't leaving them a ton. He did a good job of playing unselfish. We need him to be good. He missed a couple bunnies on the floor that I know he wants back. I know how frustrated he gets anytime he misses anything. He had 3 turnovers right away, and he cut those down. He didn't have any in the second half, and that's growth from him. Cole didn't have any turnovers today. 15 assists to 4 turnovers. That's what helps keep you in the game when you don't give any of those atomic bombs that we can't guard on the other end. But obviously he's a talented player. We're going to go and tick as Tash and Cole do. And in the second half, they drove us a little bit.
Coach, you mentioned those turnovers. I want to talk about that. 4 total in the ball game. In a game where you had 19 points in that first half, the ball just wasn't going through the hoop. But 4 total turnovers, that's got to be something you like.
I don't know if all of them were in the first half or not. I know Tash had 3 in the first half. I don't know if Cades was in the first half or second half or not. I just don't.
It would have been second
remember.
half. Yep.
So we had 1 in the second half. Yeah, we're a team that we turn it over too much. And we've been working on it and talking about it and valuing the basketball, valuing possessions. And the reason why is when you don't turn it over, we shoot 54% from the field. And that's what we can do when you're not turning that basketball over. And I think we're averaging like 15 turnovers a game, and we got to continue to chip away and get better at that here these last 11 games of the season.
Well, Coach Author, you got Concordia next on the schedule. January 4th matchup at home. Another game at home to start this new year. What do you want to bring into 2023?
Yeah, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you. So I don't know if anybody knows, Concordia's got a very good, very, very talented player, Tristan Smith. And unfortunately, yesterday in their game down in Texas, he came down with a very, very unfortunate leg injury. And just thoughts and prayers go to him and his family, as I know he's working to recover back. And that's hard. And so I'm honest, I we'll see what Concordia team we get. They played a half without them. They were very. That's hard after seeing a player go down, especially as good and as vital as he is to them. So we'll get ready for them for who they are and for what they did. They're a talented team. They're good. They got us at their place, and now sometimes it's some of these revenge games too, where you get teams for a second time, and those are fun, especially when you drop that first one. You get them back at your home court. Now it's time for us to step up and be able to perform on our home floor.
Well, Coach Author, good luck with that January 4th matchup against Concordia. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Well, thanks to Coach Author and Coach Bertram for speaking to me post-game on Saturday after the games versus Dort. Let's go ahead and take a break here on the Lancer Locker now. When we return, we'll wrap things up on KYNT. It's a Monday, a cold, snowy Monday. Stay warm out there. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Mount Marty coverage on KYNT and KYN-TV courtesy of Michelob Ultra. The holidays are over and it's time for a new year. The year you vow to finally lose those extra pounds. Healthier food choices, more exercise, and Michelob Ultra. With just 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of Mich Ultra without compromising a healthier lifestyle. Live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Get some at your favorite place to buy beer.
Have you heard the news? Board-certified pulmonologist Dr. Scott Helberg has joined Yankton Medical Clinic, bringing his expertise in lung conditions to help our communities. Plus, he sees patients as young as 12 years old. When you're ready to breathe easy, rest easy. Call 605-665-1082 to make your appointment with Dr. Helberg. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, Dr. Helberg is just one more way in which they provide so much care so close to home.
United Way of Greater Yankton changes lives and improves our community by mobilizing people and resources to drive strategic impact in education, financial stability, and health of every person in the Greater Yankton community. United Way uplifts individuals and families every day with measurable programs that deliver long-term results. Make your gift United Way's Community Impact Fund, supporting over 65 local programs at yanktonunitedway.org/give or text Yankton to 41444.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Back now to finish things up on the Lancer Locker. I am Tehl Tanner. It has been 3 games in the last couple of days for the Mount Marty basketball programs. Once again, 2 for the women, 1 for the men. Win over Presentation for the women, and then a loss for both men and women to Dorr. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule in Lancer Athletics, basketball on Wednesday night, Simple Arena, 6 p.m. versus Concordia University. Both teams at Concordia earlier this season did suffer a loss, looking to avenge those losses this Wednesday evening. Then this weekend, only 1 game. The men's program actually gets a little bit of a break because it is that one weekend of the year where the Lancer women will travel to Omaha to take on the College of St. Mary. We will have coverage of that one right here on KYNT, and coverage of the Concordia games on KYNT and KYNT-V for the home games here in Yankton Wednesday evening. That's what's next on the schedule. Next week, Lancer Locker. We're talking a couple more things because the schedule starts to get a little more interesting throughout this month of January. Mount Marty Indoor Track and Field. The Mount Marty opener is the 14th. Baseball and softball seasons around the corner. We're going to have Coach John Micheletti and Coach Belen Albertos in the booth talking volleyball and football a little later in this month, and some of the recruiting classes, the recruiting class for this year that is happening, some of the athletes that are going to be on campus next fall. We're looking forward to all those talks. That's the upcoming schedule for both KYNT and the Lancer Locker. My name is Tehl Tanner. It's been a great Monday, snowy Monday, but hopefully we're going to survive this blizzard. I hope it doesn't hit us as hard as it's projected to. Anyway, that's going to do it for the show today. My name is Tehl Tanner. It's been great to talk with y'all today. We'll see you next time.